Welcome to the Entrepreneurial CPA Show, where we take that deep dive in knowledge needed to break through the box and become the world-changing entrepreneur you want to be. As always, we got to hit you up with the theoretical and the practical skills you need to punch above your weight. I'm Garrett, keeping you grounded in the practical matters as always. And I'm here with the elevated, tighter than the theoretical, Dr. Sean. Today's show is brought to you by Prolera, reminding you that CPE doesn't have to be a grind, nor should it. And Hay & Rock Solutions, providing the roadmap to advisory services. So you should get started on today. On today's show, we're going to talk about what you should do after you leave a conference, because we just left the Accounting and Finance Show in New York. We did the keynote, we did sessions, we shared tracks. We want to talk and remind everybody how to make change happen back in your life, back at your firm, after you leave these conferences and events. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Dr. Sean.
Awesome, Garrett. Thank you for that. And because the two of us go to a whole bunch of conferences, shows. We're on TV, we're on radio, we're doing all kinds of things, right? And sort of a common question I'm asked actually quite often, and a question that I ask internally, right, is, okay, fine. After all of this information and all of this sort of almost overwhelming data, dump at a conference, show, at anything else, right? What do I do to actually turn all that information into action, right? And and sort of that gap turning, just hearing about something into doing something on it is one, very important for us as a field and as individuals, and two, really a excellent sort of business opportunity. And so to highlight and to echo, right, some of the best ideas and the best tips that I always try to practice and that I always tell others to also do is one, if you are interested in a topic, and it can be any topic, it can be audit updates, it can be tax updates, it can be blockchain, maybe AI, it can be anything to do with those emerging areas, right? So carve out 20 minutes every day, right? And pull up one article, one podcast, one clip off of YouTube, and then put in that time every day to really inform yourself more on this topic and all of the other things that are going on in that area. And then two, really have those conversations. And I do know that Garrett and I, we actually have an episode on sort of how to have those hard conversations. But a really common pain point that I see overlooked, and I'm gonna toss it back to Garrett in a minute, but a common pain point that I always see is that, fine, after the conference we all come back, we're all amped up and excited, and all of us have 812 ideas, right? But our managers, our colleagues, our customers, and our clients weren't there at the show usually. And so a big part of that sort of taking action is to also educate, explain, and to help our colleagues, managers, and customers understand what these ideas are, one, and then two, sort of how actually putting these ideas into practice is going to help our business. And Garrett, I'm gonna toss it back to you.
Well said as always, Dr. Sean, because that's what it's about. Is you get overwhelmed with knowledge at these conferences, and you go to the conferences to learn how to make change happen. We're not going to these conferences to learn to keep doing exactly what you did yesterday. No conference speaker, no keynote says, hey, listen, I'm going to shove the conference in a couple words here. Just keep doing what you're doing. Sally, go back to work. We're done. It's always about making change happen, and that takes constant steps. And you're right. It's, with the reading, we talk about invest in yourself every day. Keep pushing the knowledge, keep learning, keep thinking about the new skills and new knowledge you need, whether it's the actual technical, audit, tax, software, AI, blockchain, leadership, entrepreneurship, whatever it is. Keep that learning going. So important. And take that knowledge you learn at the conference, take those ideas and invest time in making that change happen, because the change starts with you. We talked about this in our keynote. The change starts with you. You need to take action every day to make change happen, because change just doesn't happen by itself. It happens through deliberate action by you, by me, by everyone else in the country and the world. Deliberate steps to make change happen every day. And that's what it's going to take, is get back to the conference, stay pumped up, stay excited, and make change happen. Don't get caught up in being busy, in the daily grind of work, and wonder where the year went. Next year, you're back at the Accounting and Finance Show, and you see me and Dr. Sean there again. You say, hey, yeah, that was great last year, and I heard you talk about AI and blockchain and making change happen and being an entrepreneurial CPA, and I got busy and nothing happened. It's a waste. Take action every day, and most importantly, stay true to your path. It's what we talk about. Follow your goal. Stay true to that path. If you want change to happen, follow up with it. Follow up with that. Be deliberate in it. Be purposeful. We talk about, you said, difficult conversations. We talk about having vision, problem solving. We talk about the entrepreneurial skills you need. And part of that is staying true to your path, of keep moving forward. Take the steps you need to be successful. So I hope if you went to the conference live in person, you learned something from either us, from any of the people you saw there. We really hope you make change happen at your firm, because if you don't, if you're not able to make change happen, I don't know, Dr. Sean, what do you think the outlook's going to be for their firm if they can't make change happen?
I mean, I'm no expert here, obviously,
I kind of think you are. I think you are an expert.
but I would say that that sort of overall, right? Sort of the overall you sort of forecast, right? For a firm or a person who is not proactive, right? Who is not motivated, who is not engaged in all of these changes that are coming and are already here, that outlook is actually pretty bleak. And really, and I do want to emphasize that the whole, attitude at a conference or after a presentation on, AI and blockchain and automation, it's almost always a mix of anxiety and optimism, right? And it's really important, to sort of echoing off of your comments, to be proactive and to keep learning, right? And really sort of the overall point that I always like to emphasize right now is that with all of these new tools and platforms and ideas out there, all of us out there are starting right here at the baseline, right? There is no firm or individual who has a embedded advantage in any of these areas, right? Because everyone is learning, blockchain, AI, and the whole sort of crypto area, basically all at the same time, right? So it's a real opportunity for individuals and firms who are proactive and entrepreneurial to really get out there and to be sort of forward-looking.
Well said. Well said. That's what it's about. Be proactive. Be forward-looking. Anybody can make change happen in their life or at their firm today. And the playing field is very, very level, more so than ever before. With the new technology, with going gig, with getting new advisor service, we talk about these things all the time. But that first step is making change happen to go from the old backwards-looking CPA to becoming an entrepreneurial CPA. So hopefully you've taken this time this summer to invest in yourself, keep the learning going, and we look forward to hearing more from you in the fall as you improve your firm going forward. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in today, checking out our recap coverage of the Accounting and Finance Show. We hope you got some great knowledge from the event or our social media coverage. If you got questions on how to make change happen at your firm, in your life, no matter the topic, reach out to Dr. Sean and myself. We're always happy to help. And if you really want to keep the learning going, like Dr. Sean talked about to start with, we've got a special offer for you. Our latest ebook's coming out. We want to offer you a free copy. It's The Evolution of an Entrepreneurial CPA. There'll be a link on the screen. Check it out. Get your free copy today. Click the little button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, get all the updates when they come out. And as always, we challenge you today to take action to change the world and invest in yourself.